Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Quick and Slow Comedy Show. I'm your host, Nick McQuik. As always, joined in studio by our amazingly, just loving that hairline, sound producer, Tom Brent.
Hey.
Tom with the shiny teeth. How you doing?
I'm doing shiny teeth.
When's the last time you went to a dentist?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a long time ago.
8 years ago.
8 years?
Yeah. Oh, I'm
How do
terrified.
you still have teeth?
Butt brush.
I didn't go to the dentist for probably, I'm going to say, about 10 years, and I just went to the dentist a little while ago, and they were like, they said I had amazing teeth. They were like, oh, really? You're doing a good job. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty much it.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gargling, but I guess it's good. Joining us in studio, first-time podcast appearance, Elisia Snyder.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so here you are. You've made it to the podcast.
The big time.
Yeah, you made it to the big times. Here we go. Facebook, YouTube, all
Still
that
had to take the bus here. So.
Well, our other guest is no stranger to the bus. Returning podcast champion, Mark McQuik.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Now, I reach out to a lot of people, and I try not to get reached out to by a lot of people. But a local Edmonton company called Get Sauced, I've been talking to, and they've been hooking me up with some hot sauce. And I hear you handle your sauce pretty well.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Well, you said you liked spicy food.
Yeah, that's
so.
Different than handling sauce well.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
And Mark, I hear you don't.
You heard correctly.
Okay. I love hot sauce. I put it on everything.
Is that how you got red hair?
Yep, that's how it was. I was originally blonde, and then I got sauced. Sucked on a ghost pepper, and this is how it happened. Now
Put
I
that
sunburned.
shit on everything.
Yep.
We
We
just solved the mystery of James.
we did an episode, I don't know if you were there, I think you were, where we did a ghost pepper challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And
that time that Brett McCrindle puked.
Brett McCrindle ate a ghost pepper, and he puked and then slept for a day. He was
Ew.
done.
Oh, my God.
Paralyzed.
I was good.
Well, I'm excited.
So these aren't that hot, okay? We're looking right here is a distilled Reaper pepper, and the Reaper pepper is one of the hottest peppers, but because it's been knocked down, it's only it's over 1 million Scoville, so you're not looking at the 2.5 of million of eating Reaper, the Carolina Reaper, which is just a big one.
That's still a lot of Scovilles.
Oh, it's
Carolina Reaper is 1,569,300 Scoville units on average.
okay. So there you go. See, and it's been distilled, so it's even less than that. But
Oh boy.
and then here's the Jacuda Scorpion pepper, which is less, but it's still around there. Fun fact, the ghost pepper was the hottest pepper in the world, and then what they did is they started spicing peppers together to modify them to get these crazy things, so they're very hot. And then this is just good old habanero. This is just a little bit hotter than Frank's Red Hot. So the company has
You're gonna ruin eating for me.
So just for some quick perspective here, context, if you don't know, Scoville heat units, they're how they measure how spicy things are. A bell pepper is 0 to 100. A banana pepper is 100 to 1,000. Jalapeno is 1,000 to 10,000.
I feel like those are inflated numbers. Why would you pick 0 to 100 for a bell pepper? Shouldn't it start at 0 to 1 or something?
What's the bell pepper that's 0?
But then also the way Scoville is
That's 100.
the way Scoville is measured, 100 Scoville isn't the same as eating 10 Scoville 10 times because it exponentially grows each time.
Each
It's
bite.
logarithmic.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. So I'm going to do the habanero. I will go first. Now, that doesn't mean much because
You should all do it at the same time.
I go a bit cray with the hot sauce, so to speak. But just so you can see, what's that?
This is dead air.
Right there.
Hopefully
that
they
much.
can zoom in.
Okay?
I don't know if I'm gonna do that much.
Yeah. Well, just do whatever you're comfortable with, okay? I'm going to, you've
How
got...
do you know
we
if
have,
you're comfortable with
we
it
have
until you've
lots
done
of
it?
water.
Yeah.
We have lots of water here. So that's
Have
going on.
Milk. Have that ranch sauce if you.
Yeah, if you need to, we have ranch sauce you can drink.
There's also some roasted... I got some roasted garlic as well if you guys
Okay.
want
Oh,
that.
perfect.
Here's a
Thank
little
you.
bit for that.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, we'll just bite in. It's kind of
All
like a
right.
wine tasting for hot sauces.
Yeah, tell me what the mouthfeel is. I'm really
Okay.
interested in mouthfeel.
Mm.
That's a
Me
weird
too.
thing to say.
It's hot on the lips, right out the gate.
Yeah.
You feel it on the lips, a little bit in the back of the throat, not so much right in the center of the tongue. Like habanero never hits you right on the tongue.
You feel it like a few seconds later.
Yeah.
I wonder how you guys are going to feel on your daily constitutional tomorrow.
Yeah, I
So-
already feel this in my gums. Actually, this is where it's.
Okay, so this like
Numb gum.
this one kind of has like there's like some that I call a delay where it'll hit your mouth and then it'll hit your mouth again stronger.
Mm-hmm.
This one hits your lips and then hits the back of your throat. So you don't really feel it on your tongue. There's a little bit of numbness there, but you don't really feel the pins and needles.
And how many Scovilles is that one?
That one, habanero is what, 50,000? Or is it 50,000 or 500,000?
Habanero is somewhere in the 0.1 to 0.6 million.
Okay.
Oh, that's not... Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
then we're good.
Yeah, so that's not much. So this is called death sauce, too.
Okay, so that's very...
But it's not their hottest. So, like, what goes beyond that?
That's whatever this is. The
So I'm
Reaper.
putting that much on. I don't know if you just saw.
Although the Reaper should become...
Like soaked. You soaked
Reaper
that
should
pizza.
come before death sauce.
You'd figure. But so I literally...
No!
I was
Mark,
about to say,
Mark,
I literally drenched
Mark,
it. It comes
Mark,
out
Oh my
fast.
god!
This just became the best podcast I've ever been on.
You better like replay that in slow mo and in black and white.
I
and,
hope
like,
you
edit
got it.
that.
Right
That's
at it.
Oh, man.
Okay, so be
No,
careful
you know
if it
how we
comes
should
fast.
redo it
Okay.
in slow-mo is you should just put more on,
Yeah.
just so we can get the
More
shot. We need the
More
shot.
on.
Okay, so I
All
drenched
right.
mine too. This
Okay.
one's a bit hotter.
Cheers.
Yeah,
It's a bit hotter.
Oh, man, I'm so fucking stoked about this. You didn't dump any of that off, did you, Mark?
No.
Okay,
So-
perfect.
This
Okay.
one you're going to notice a delay with.
Oh, yeah.
So when you think you're out of the woods, you're not. Just so you know. Okay?
Oh, man.
The
Tell-
face
okay,
you're
your
making
emotions.
is priceless because you're really enjoying what Mark's
I
doing.
was like so excited.
This
to
isn't
see
even
Mark.
all of it. There's still more on the pizza.
Just go for
You
it.
could get sweatier, but
Oh, man. Is that the name of the podcast? Are we playing podcast bingo again? That's my favorite podcast bingo game, for the record, is
Pick the
naming
name
the
of the
podcast.
podcast?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. I heard
I
it.
didn't know you could get
Okay.
sweatier.
I need to get the rest of this.
I feel like I haven't tasted it at all. Maybe like the first hot sauce is like my tongue's numb, and now it's gonna stay numb.
Yeah?
Am I drooling? Oh boy.
Am I drooling? Oh, boy.
Only one person here knows
Are
that.
you doing comedy after this?
No, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
No,
Good,
that'd be
good.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in case. I'm just waiting for you to be like,
You're going to the Empress?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, I'm actually allergic to hot sauce.
I'm actually allergic to pizza, so
Oh, what?
can't be
Just
allergic
pizza.
to pizza.
If it's called pizza, I'm allergic to it.
Okay. So, Mark, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah? Okay, so yeah, you went a little heavy with that one. You kind of
Yeah.
poured it out. Like, that one comes out
A
fast.
little heavy?
This one also is a fast pour. It's not thick. Just so
Okay.
you know. Okay?
That one I might go a bit lighter on.
So what do you do for hot sauce then, Mark? Like, what's your go-to for hot sauce?
I don't eat a lot of hot sauce. Whatever they bring me when I order hot wings.
So, okay, hot wing hot sauce. Okay.
So Frank's.
yeah. And then
Right.
what do you keep in your cabinet?
Me? I usually don't have hot sauce at home, but I
I have like a dedicated shelf.
there's like the hot sauce that they have at the High Level Diner, the green sauce that
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
there is really good and it's really
Green
spicy.
jalapeno. That's
Yeah.
Why do they make food that makes you feel pain?
Because it tastes really good.
Here's the thing. I will explain this in a way that made like no sense until I figured it out myself. Once you get accustomed to it and slowly build up a tolerance, you actually get to like experience the flavor of it, and it tastes so good. But the first few times, you don't really taste it. It's a weird acquired taste, like caviar, except you're gonna sweat a whole bunch.
Yeah, I've noticed.
How does your heart feel?
Are you
Like
gonna be
stopping.
okay?
I think I'm going to be fine.
You should have like a medic on on site.
Oh,
We have
We
a Star
should've-
Wars mannequin.
we should have thought about that before we started.
Yeah. Well, let's wait and let Mark catch his breath here a little bit, because
What should we talk? What should we talk about to fill the
This is like
space?
doing
Why-
hallucinogenic drugs. This
Oh,
is,
man.
Are there like spicy foods that kind of mimic that? I'm tearing up a little bit. Actually.
Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes.
I'm not touching.
Do
my,
not
yeah.
touch your eyes. Yeah, that can
Like-
be really bad. Yeah, it's your first time on the podcast. How long have you been doing comedy?
A year in like a couple of days, actually. I the first time I did stand-up was on the 16th of January last
You
year.
remember?
Yep.
Sweet. It bugs me when people don't remember. Mine is July 16th. So.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
we're
that was my first one.
16th buddies.
Yeah. And where was your first show?
Goat's Head.
Goat's
Yeah.
Head Comedy.
Yep.
Run by Kevin Light.
Yeah, and it went pretty well the first time, went pretty well the second time, and I bombed hard the third time, and I've never done well since.
Oh, okay, good. You set the low bar, and you're like, that's what I'm going to limbo through. Mark, if you need more water, I've got you more water. I've got
Okay.
more everything, okay? You just go for it, buddy. I'm good. How are you doing, Tom?
Fucking great.
See, I
Enjoying our pain.
had Tom over at my house over the holidays.
Yeah, I know where Nick lives.
Oh,
Anybody that
yeah.
wants to know where Nick lives can text me at 780-862-1124.
Yep. He'll give the GPS
I know where you live.
coordinates.
I helped you move.
No, I've moved since then.
have
But
you?
because but the what was I gonna say? Yeah, you tried some of the Reaper sauce, the next sauce that we're.
It was really tasty, but like that, like
Let them know what they're in for.
so. I wouldn't say like the most spicy tolerant person, but I like spicy food, so I eat it like, oh, that's spicy, perfect, I like it. And so I had it on a taco, and I ate it, and I'm like, fuck, that's delicious. And then about like 8 to 30 seconds later, I was like, fuck, I want to die. And then about like 5-10 minutes later, I was like, shit, that was good. I got to put that on another one. Like
Yeah.
it would make a fantastic aioli.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that would.
It-
Like so good.
so I know you probably aren't able to experience flavor anymore, but but this one is way more smoky, and it's like this is Get Sauce is going to be releasing this. I think it comes out in February. So
So they haven't nailed it down yet, is what you're saying.
yeah,
we're,
exactly.
We're guinea
We're
pigs for this.
the we're the test subjects.
Well, I love it. I do about 10 drops on my eggs in the morning.
So, do you like spicy foods that are like southern spicy food? Or because I like Indian food. That's the
Yeah?
kind of spicy food
Okay.
I like.
I like for me the one that was hardest for me to get a grip on was Thai spicy food.
Yes.
Because Thai spicy food, what they do is they take the oil of the chili and they put it in a soup. So you just get that constantly throughout the whole time. Because people that eat the peppers, they know that the seeds contain all the oils, and that's where the capsum is, and that's actually the thing that causes the reaction that you have in your mouth right now.
okay.
Yeah.
So-
Which, speaking of that, most of what I'm finding about the hallucinogenics, or whatever you want to
Is
call
from the
that word,
distilled oils.
is, well, most of it's from, like, you just increased your body's toxicity level so high that you're, like, dying.
Yeah, you just bring
So
yourself
if-
almost to death.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's probably not actually making you die, but it's giving your body signals like, oh, fuck.
This
So,
is it. This is the end.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Apparently, there are a lot of, like, for my other show, Strength at Length, we just released an episode about, people that put stuff in their water and, like, what it does. And there are people that put, like, spicy things. They put cayenne pepper in their water to try and lose weight. And it works initially because what you do is, as you're experiencing right now, you're producing more sweat, your heart rate is going up, but you also adapt to a spicy level. So eventually, you can't lose weight that way.
All right, let's do the last one.
Yeah?
Wait.
Oh, you're ready? Okay, I was waiting
But
on you, buddy.
Before we do this, I also learned about Pepper X,
Oh, fuck.
which is the temporary name of a chili pepper bred by the same guy that bred the Carolina Reaper.
Which is this.
And this Pepper X is 2 times as hot as the Carolina Reaper, so this is about half as spicy as the hottest pepper on record.
Now,
Oh, wow.
I've had this before.
Half.
I've had Carolina Reaper. I've had Scorpion, Ghost Pepper, all that sort of stuff. I've never had that. But I know the first time that I ever had Reaper, I was out of commission for like an hour.
And I really hope that they keep the name as Pepper X. That's
Pepper
fucking great.
Pepper X sounds like
Which
somebody's
is way too
speed
cool
racer
for 7th grade.
It sounds like it sounds like a fucking sweet band name.
Okay, so this stuff comes out quick. So I'm
I
just
got you, man.
okay. So Mark, I'll show you about how much I'm putting. Okay.
Okay. I didn't sign anything before I did this, by the way. So if I die, it's on you.
You put however much you want.
I think Mark should put that much so he starts getting high.
No,
So
even
wait,
that
like,
might be a
if,
bit much.
if it simulates death a little bit, can you, if you eat enough of this, could you just like become immortal? Like you would like
That's how I've
you
been
know what
doing
I
it.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
immunize yourself
Cheers.
against death.
I don't think that stands up.
Could you tell us a little bit more about spice and stuff? We're just gonna jump in.
Okay, so Scoville scale, measurement for pungency of chili peppers or other spicy food, as reported in Scoville heat units. Which, for the record, I really wish that instead of saying like medium, mild, whatever, that they would start saying like what the Scoville heat units of things are, so that I know like, oh, here's Frank's Red Hot sauce. It's this many Scoville units. That's as spicy as I like it.
Yeah.
Or, oh, look, you go to some restaurant. Like I've been to restaurants where, you get the hot wings. And it's like, oh yeah, hot wings. These aren't hot at all. I want you to like give me my money back and take these out of my stomach so I can eat something better. But or you go to like I've been to another restaurant where it's like I want the spicy ones and they give you the hot ones and then you can't even get through 3 because they're just way too spicy. It's like, please, everybody just go to Scoville units. Anyways,
You know what? I think I'm all right.
This one hits in waves.
Oh shit.
This one's starting to like I can feel my head right now. Like
you feel your
yeah,
sinuses?
yeah, right in here. Like I
See, this one, I
Oh,
start
wow.
getting a little sweaty.
But like I don't feel like I'm about to die.
No. Yeah.
yet.
I think you should just do more then.
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this does hit in waves. That's
Yeah.
this porridge is way too hot. This is,
Oh boy, I can
So-
feel it like under my tongue. Oh my god.
Yeah, this one hits like all over the tongue, like in the cheeks, back the throat, on the lips, everywhere. Yeah.
So in the Scoville organoleptic test, an exact weight of dried pepper is dissolved in alcohol to extract the heat components, capsaicinoids,
Yep.
then diluted in a solution of sugar water. Decreasing concentrations of the extracted capsaicinoids are given to a panel of 5 trained tasters until a majority, at least 3, can no longer detect the heat in a dilution.
I was just wondering if you could tell me
Into
How
the
does-
mic.
how does the Carolina Reaper compare with pepper spray?
How would I Google that?
Yeah, that one hits in like you always think you're safe with it.
yeah, that's. Oh,
You bit off a lot, Mark.
I did. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm all right.
Oh, that one's hard for me too.
Pepper spray is listed between 2 and 5.3 million Scoville units. So basically, Pepper X is somewhere around the level of pepper spray.
So this
I'm not
is
okay.
this is a half of pepper spray. Is what you just had.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Hey, Nick, ask me how I'm doing again.
How are you doing?
Fucking great.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Oh, my God. Did your, dog die?
rough.
If I
you have
ever
a-
need to
you have a
act
bird,
like
right?
this is, yeah, I do have a bird. I had.
You had a bird. Is that what the tears are for? Oh. Yep. It's for me. It's the nose.
It's
Like,
yeah, it's
I
the
get
nose.
snotty.
The ranch helps.
Is this the hottest you've ever had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just good.
Oh, that's
that's disgusting.
that's gangster.
That's, I think I've only ever seen, an Insane Clown Posse guy ever do that before. That's a juggalo move right there. Magnets, how do they
So,
work?
where's your favorite stage to do stand-up comedy?
I think my favorite stage is probably either Goat's Head or Urban Tavern, just because they always give me a spot. So
Yeah. I love Goat's Head. That is probably one of my favorite rooms in town.
yeah, it's quality.
I like Empress.
Yeah,
I'm
Empress
gonna-
is good. Paper towel, yeah, understandable.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Empress is good.
Empress is... I actually, since I moved in with Jamie, I've been seeing comedy way less because I just hang out with her at home now.
Yeah, so you don't have to come to Yuck Yucks anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see you at Yuck Yucks, which sucks.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although I
sucks.
saw you
Yeah,
at
Yuck
Yuck Yucks
sucks.
the other day, and you were fucking wasted.
I was actually just not... I basically, by the time I got home, I was 100% sober.
I don't.
So I was
believe-
just like-
dude, you kept coming up with new percentiles throughout the night. You're like, man, I'm 70% so, or no, you're like, I'm 30% sober right now, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, I'm 50% sober. It's like, this is not how this works.
Have
Tom.
you... Okay, have I ever claimed to be a mathematician?
Mark, how long have you known me?
4 years?
How drunk have you ever seen me?
Actually, never.
Oh, okay. Tom?
How drunk have I ever seen you? I don't think I've ever seen you drunk.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I guess that's my percentage.
I don't think. Yeah, I've
I've drank beer.
Yeah,
stuff.
but like I've always figured that you're like Wolverine and that like your cells regenerate faster than they can die.
That's why the hot sauce is manageable.
This is proving my point.
Yeah.
That it does, immunize you against death.
There's a lot of health benefits. It actually helps fight inflammation because it's a quick immune response. So,
Wow,
Oh,
that's
this,
really
this
interesting.
sticks around for a while.
oh yeah, it's a linger.
I felt like this scorpion one was worse.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
feel like that one was the worst of it, but
Yeah.
that's might be because I had a lot of that one.
'Cause
Yeah,
you
maybe you just can't
accidentally
feel anything
Had a
anymore.
shot glass of it.
Whereas like I was safer with this one.
Yeah.
This-
Well, sorry to interrupt. When we did the last like spicy pepper challenge, basically everybody when we got to the ghost pepper, everybody was like, "This isn't as bad as the other ones," until Brett puked. So like, it's one of those like, yeah, you're probably like
My mouth is still on fire.
just numb to
But
a lot
in a
of
good way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, getting this coffee was such a huge mistake because like my mouth is really tingly right now, but the coffee is making it worse because it's actually hot. So it's like
It
both
causes
yeah.
everything expands, so things actually can seep further to the
Wait, Nick, what do you know about spicy food? Would eating spicy food increase your caffeine absorption through your mouth?
Well, caffeine, as it's absorbed to your and breaks the brain-blood barrier, is only absorbed properly through your intestine
Okay, never mind then.
and your stomach lining.
Right.
So it might, but probably not.
Okay.
Caffeine works as a neuroreceptor and plugs up your adenosine receptors.
I
Fun
know
fact.
those words. I understood everything that was just said to me.
Yeah.
Is coffee and spicy food a bad combination for my bowel movements?
Is
Let
there
us know.
cream in that coffee?
Yep.
Oh, then you're fine.
Oh,
Oh, sweet.
That'll actually help. But
Good.
yeah, the
I was-
bowel movements, I haven't had problems with these.
No? Okay.
With some others I have. Oh,
Which
boy.
ones?
Audrey B makes a scorpion sauce. That one's hard on me.
I think the thing always for me with spicy food and bowel movements is weird to talk about. Is like if I eat too much,
We're on the Talking Shit podcast,
yeah,
where we talk shit about bowel movements.
it's like for me.
How are you guys doing with color?
I can,
Consistency? Anybody?
This is like The View.
For poops.
Washroom talk.
oh god, but it's like I always found that it was always only in excess. Like if I eat like 2 pounds of hot wings, then it's like, oh yeah, tomorrow sucks. But if it's just like, yeah, just eat a couple wings.
The thing is, it's based off your digestive cycle. So if you eat something really hot and you don't eat a lot of other things, it's going to be bad. If you were like 20% hot, 80% normal food, it kind of balances
I
out.
like how Tom just was like, if I eat a lot, I have to poop a lot. But if I don't eat as much, I don't have to poop as much. Like,
no,
any
I'm
of us
saying
were
it-
like, I wasn't aware that's how that worked.
I was saying pain. I was talking pain
Okay.
on the exit. Sorry to be
But
unclear
on the
there.
dismount. We're calling it dismounting.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I always have like a decent consistency going on,
For
Why the
fuck's
fuck?
sakes.
All right. Why
but
am I here?
the
We
to eat
invited
the
you.
hot sauce and cry.
Yes. God.
But yeah, I don't find hot food really affects me that much the day after. It's like the only time that's been a big problem was when I ate Jakuta scorpion pepper. And that, just eating the pepper just killed me. I was done and everything hurt. I was sweating. Like, I woke up and the sheets were wet. And I ate it in the afternoon. Like,
Ew.
That's
yeah. That was a big speed bump for me.
It was like you had to, like it's post that moment. You're living in post wet sheets.
Yeah, I
life.
just kept on sweating and kept getting warmer and warmer. Like, my body heat kept going up. Like, the mouth burning went away after a couple hours, but everything just started getting so warm.
Why do they make food that physically hurts you?
There's
so
actually
fun.
a thing with birds. Birds eat a lot of spicy peppers.
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and-
good for them.
Yeah, and the thing is, they don't pick up on the spicy food at all.
Well,
It
they
doesn't-
don't have those receptors.
No.
Yeah.
So to them, it tastes delicious.
You could fuck with birds and just like pour this entire thing into their seeds, and they just wouldn't even notice.
That wasn't really fucking with them, though.
Yeah, it's more fucking with you because now you don't have hot sauce. so.
Yeah, exactly.
Although then you could be like, look at all the hot sauce I ate.
yeah.
There's
Look
no
at all-
other way that
look at all
that
the
could have
hot
left.
sauce my bird ate. But yeah, a lot of spicy peppers were originally, they would just get eaten by birds and some lizards, and then very brave people started eating them.
Very
Just-
brave.
You guys remember that
adjective.
episode of The Simpsons where Homer eats the...
Yep. And then he hallucinates Johnny Cash as a fox?
Yeah. He
That's-
goes on like that ayahuasca trip.
That's the fucking best.
I didn't know that was Johnny Cash.
Yeah, it was Johnny Cash.
Damn.
He even talks like Johnny Cash. Like, he did the whole thing.
Did they actually get Johnny Cash for that episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I did not know that.
I don't care how shitty The Simpsons gets. My, like... Mark, your thing is like, oh, I want to be in a video game one day. Mine is like, I got to be in a Simpsons episode.
I feel like that's fair. Like, The Simpsons is like... It was easily the best show of the 20th century.
Even I don't care how shitty it is. I want to be on an episode like Hi, I'm Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins, Homer Simpson.
nodding
politely.
I'm like, that's
They still make watchable episodes, and that's the most frustrating part. Is like
Yeah.
you'll watch an episode and you're like, oh, that was really good, and then the next one will be like, oh, that didn't even resemble something I would want to see.
I feel like a big problem with The Simpsons, as I see it, not knowing anything about what's actually going on. I feel like they're rotating writers too much. They just need to find somebody that can like land some jokes. That's like, oh, this is what we want The Simpsons to be right now, and then just go until that guy leaves.
I have a toonie. We're going to go around the table, and whoever guesses my favorite episode of The Simpsons will win the toonie. So in order to make this
Okay.
fair, I am going to
Do you
write it down on my phone. Okay?
Are you going to give us any hints?
There has to be some hints because there's so many good Simpsons episodes.
I think what we'll do instead of hints is I will give you each 3 guesses.
Okay.
And I'm pretty certain one of you will get this because, I mean, it's not at all about like my taste or anything. It's about The Simpsons. That's your thing.
This went from like poop to The Simpsons, and I'm all right with this.
That's a natural transition.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda.
That's how you finish off. So
Who's going first?
let's go with Tom first.
Wait. Are we each doing one guess at a time until we all
Yeah,
get 3 guesses?
you go
Okay.
around one guess
Yeah.
each, and then I'll let you know.
Oh,
at the
and you
end
should
if
ign-
somebody's won, and then I'll eliminate people.
No, you know what you should do too is you should indicate how close we are based on like the spiciest hot sauce is the one that we're the closest.
Getting warmer.
Yeah. Make this a full like.
I'll let you know the Scoville. So we're
Okay.
starting with Tom, and we're going around.
Monorail.
Okay.
How many Scoville?
I'm gonna go 500,000.
500,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll guess my personal favorite.
Okay.
I Love Lisa.
Okay. I'm gonna go 100,000 Scoville.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna go the one with Lisa's tooth.
Oh, Lisa needs braces.
No, where she
That-
like has a little universe on her tooth.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go 10,000 Scoville.
Yeah, it was really far away. See, my second guess, like I was like, oh yeah, I knew, but now I'm like, oh, Monorail was close. Shit.
What is it?
Fuck it. I'm gonna go with my second guess, anyways. The Tamako episode.
Tobacco. I'm gonna give that 150,000 Scoville.
Shit.
22 short films about Springfield.
Oh, I did like that one, but that isn't the one I'm thinking of. I'm gonna go 200,000 Scoville.
200,000, okay.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna just narrow it down to one of the Treehouse of Horror.
All Treehouse of Horrors.
Any Treehouse of Horrors.
All Treehouse of Horrors. I'm gonna go 100,000 Scoville.
Hey, closer.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Oh fuck. Cause I got so high. I know that what's his face wrote the episode. If I got that high on Monorail.
That
Conan
oddly enough-
O'Brien.
Yeah,
that oddly
Conan
enough
O'Brien.
is a big factor in how I'm scoring it.
Conan.
Okay, you can't search.
You are cheating right now.
Yeah,
You are
fine,
very
fine.
obviously cheating.
Fine. I just closed the window.
I'm gonna go get my toonie ready. Just in
God,
case.
I don't even know at this point. What was the other? The one where fuck. Be Like Boy.
Be like boy.
Yeah, the one where the
self-help guy comes in.
yeah.
And everyone starts imitating Bart.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. That's like I'm gonna go 5,000 Scoville on that
Yeah.
one.
I was fucked.
Okay. Last Exit to Springfield.
Last Exit to Springfields. That one's about 300,000 Scoville.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still the closest.
I'm gonna guess the one with the. Oh, fuck, I can't remember what the secret society that they have is called.
Oh,
The
the
Stonecutters.
The
Stonecutters.
Stonecutters. That one's like I'm gonna go 400,000. That one is way up there. Okay, so
my monorail got 500,000. That's a spiritual win.
So I'm going to flip open my phone. I text. This is kind of weird because I texted my wife. Read that. What does that say?
Monorail.
Monorail.
I did get it the first time.
Yeah, on the first guess.
That was
You
the
were like,
very first guess.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
you said there's no way we can guess it. We need hints, and I'm like, you said it right out the gate. I'm like 500,000. I'm like, I guess that's a lot.
I was just like, oh my god.
I'm like,
as,
how do
as
we-
soon as I didn't just automatically win, like my whole world went into so much doubt. I was just like,
Nick.
fuck.
You were jumping all over the place. I'm like, I'm certain on this podcast I've said that before that one is my favorite. There you go. You won a toonie.
Why is that one your favorite?
That one is my favorite because it has so many musical-like elements, and the one
Musical-like
line,
elements?
the one line that just kills me on it is, "I brought someone to help. Is it Batman? No, he's a scientist. Batman's a scientist.
It's not Batman.
I remember watching that, going like, "Is he bartering reality?" And I was like, I love it. Yeah, written by Conan O'Brien. An amazing episode.
My still favorite is Tobacco. That's like that is such a good episode.
Oh, definitely.
So-
Well, I guess we won't be betting on Tom's. Then.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's a weird. I've never heard that one before. That's like kind of a latter
Have
day.
you've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's where
okay.
like they breed to like
Tomato.
Tomatoes and
tobacco.
Tobacco. Like
Yeah.
that fucking kills me every time. It's like at least Bart's eating his vegetables. Stay away. Like
Is it weird that The Simpsons predicted Trump becoming the president?
no.
Did they?
It's Nostradamus shit. It's not a real prediction.
Oh, okay.
It was
It's if you just
like-
take enough shots, one of them will be right, sort of
Yeah,
thing?
like they said a lot of things would happen. Like they said that there would be no trees by 2017.
Oh, well, there you go.
That hasn't happened.
The
Mark.
movie The
No, it
Happening?
hasn't.
Isn't that the movie The Happening?
No, there's that episode where like Lisa's going to Harvard and there's just like a hologram of a tree and on the plaque it says in memory of a real tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've predicted a lot of things, so
Yeah, I guess. Enough shots in the dark, you'll hit something.
I feel like to really, really find out, I think somebody has to go through and figure out everything that The Simpsons has predicted.
Mm-hmm.
Then
I mean, Lisa isn't president, so like that right off the bat.
right.
Yet.
And then rate each of the things based on like, oh, it came true exactly the way that The Simpsons predicted it. It came true kind of a little
Although
bit.
they did predict that the 20th Century Fox would be bought by Disney.
Yeah. So
Weird.
like just put it on a spectrum of like this is never going to happen, like Lisa becoming president, to they predicted it exactly the way it happened.
Okay.
Like President Trump on the escalator.
well, now
I
that,
nominate you.
now that we're
No.
now that we're talking TV, like I don't watch a lot of TV. What should I be like paying attention to? I finished The Punisher basically.
Rick
Best
and Morty.
shows?
Yes,
Well,
Rick and
Morty's
Morty.
not on anymore. I'm done that too. Like, what should I be watching?
Bob's Burgers, all 7 seasons are on Netflix right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Dude, no way.
I'm
Yeah.
amazed you didn't just get up and run out of here.
A little part of me wants to now.
Yeah.
It's a great
yeah.
show. If you've
It
never
is.
seen Archer, that's fun.
I've seen Archer.
Mr.
Have you
D.
seen BoJack Horseman?
Yes, I love it. I cannot get my wife to watch it though.
Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't like it either. But
She's
I
like,
think
it's a cartoon. I'm like, just watch it.
I think it's like one of the. I
It's
think
so
it's one of the best shows on television
it's
right
incredible.
How open are you to watching different television shows?
I've seen tentacle porn.
Wait, what kind of tentacle porn are we talking about?
The
here?
good time.
Okay.
You know,
Weird
not
kind.
not the dub.
there's
I can't watch this with subtitles.
Yeah.
It's distracting me. I have to read.
Yeah, I want to hear the original
I
voice.
need
actor.
to read with
Well,
both hands.
Speaking of subtitles, though, so there's this really great show on Netflix right now, and it's called Série Noire, and I didn't pronounce that right, but it's a French-Canadian show, and it's about two guys who write for television. They write this terrible crime series that just gets slammed in the by the critics, but it's got really good ratings, and they get
Like
signed.
Street Legal.
Yeah. So they get signed for a second season, and they want to write better, so they just start committing crimes so that they can figure out like how the criminal justice system works. It's so funny. It's
Yeah.
one of the funniest shows I've ever seen, and it's one of those shows that's Canadian, and I don't have to try to like it. So,
Oh.
Ooh, that's very
nice.
rare.
Yeah.
That is.
I
yeah.
like that.
I like that. That's awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to check that
I've
out.
been watching Mr. D as well. That's a good show.
Is that a porno? What is it?
Mr. D?
It's
It's Jerry D's
Jerry D.
Are
show.
you saying mystery?
Or
Mr.
D.
D.
D-E-E?
No,
There's
just
a
D.
letter
Like
D.
a D.
Okay, that's Mr. Dick.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a spin-off of Mr. Deeds?
No.
The Adam Sandler blockbuster?
No.
He's very sneaky.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders. That's a good show.
Peaky Blinders. I
Yeah.
don't know, that sounds like some sort of...
I watched the first episode of that and I couldn't get into it.
It's I hate saying this, but it's one of those like you have to
watch a
learn.
few.
No,
That
you don't have to watch a
automatically
few. You don't have to watch a few. You just have to learn the characters.
Okay.
For me,
I think it's two different things. I think because I know exactly what you're going to say.
yeah,
I've
you know,
been on these
you-
episodes
you know,
before.
You know.
But it's like I think that there's a difference between like, oh, you just have to stick with it because like, oh, okay, no, versus like, okay, you have to like learn the characters because sometimes that might take you like 3 episodes. Whereas like if you're the type of person that likes to watch that sort of thing and like, boom, I got it right away. You know, like
I mean,
have you seen
I prefer boom, I got it right away because if you have to stick with it that's Stockholm syndrome.
No, but that's
Yeah.
like The Wire, right? The Wire, the
Oh,
first couple episodes. Yeah.
I love The Wire
Yeah.
right out the gate, and so many people were like, "You've got to wait," and I watched it, and I'm like,
And you
"I'm,
liked it right
I'm
out the
in."
gate? Yeah,
like I
that's-
mean, Idris
that's pretty
Elba is
rare.
in the first scene, and I'm like, I want him. That's my husband.
But no, like I think
Telling
that's a
your
good
wife.
point though because it's like it should be able to grab you right away. But if you still have to learn the characters a little bit, then it might take a couple episodes to get there.
But Breaking Bad, like that's one of the best shows I
The
think ever
opening
made.
scene is he pulls out of an RV with no pants and
Yeah.
pulls a gun out, and you're like,
the first
I have to
episode is
watch
great,
this.
but the first amazing episode of Breaking Bad is the third episode in.
With the bathtub or
With the when he's has the guy like
Oh,
chained
yeah,
to
yeah.
Hey, no spoilers, guys. People still haven't caught up on that.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah, I really don't like it when people tell me I have to give it time because I tried watching Mad Men and it's critically acclaimed.
I
lots
love
of people
Mad
tell
Men.
me lots of people say good things about it. I watched 6 episodes and people are like, you just got to hang on. There's a big thing coming, and I'm like, I am 6
you don't like it,
hours
so
in.
annoying.
If you don't like it 6 episodes in, you're not gonna like
Because
it.
people were watching it like, wow, this must have been what it's like back then. But I'm immortal, so I knew that. I'm like, why? Why? This is horrible. I'm just remembering. It's very Oh, hey, they're smoking still and drinking at work.
I
Good.
think that was the thing that I liked about Mad Men was that it didn't romanticize, or the episodes that I watched didn't romanticize the 50s. It kind of just showed it,
Yeah.
warts and all.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, I'm like, cool.
Which didn't draw me in at all. I was just like,
No.
yeah, this looked like it sucked. We
Yeah.
all knew that. But
Isn't it better now? Hey,
Yeah.
look out the window. Look how much better it is. Yeah, I just
Although
couldn't get into it.
Doesn't a part of you want to be Don Draper though?
No, I don't know him that well. He drinks a lot and smokes a lot, and he's a jerk to everybody. I've
Yeah.
already got the being a jerk thing down, but I'm not going to smoke or drink.
In the spectrum of like guys from that era, I'd rather be Dean Martin than Don Draper.
That's fair.
You know, because like
Maybe it
Dean
is
Martin,
cold outside.
Just be like, he never did that song.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
I
wouldn't want to be any of the female characters in that show.
I will tell
Not
you.
even Christina Hendricks.
I'd want to be Christina Hendricks, but not her character in that show.
Here's something that is really hard for a lot of white straight males. They will say something like, "Man, I was born in the wrong time." Nobody else ever thinks that. Just, like, no black woman is like, "Man, I wish I was born 100 years ago." Okay, I know you want to go around swinging your axe and everything, but like, let's say a woman's point of view, going back to the 50s, probably not that good.
Yeah, I have boobies, and I'd love to go back to the pre-suffragette era.
Yeah,
like whoa.
exactly. I want to go back to when I couldn't vote.
That's how I start every sentence, actually. Is, I have boobies, and then I just...
And then trail off.
yeah.
Here's a
I
weird.
just had to indicate that for the listeners at home, not the watchers.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
a weird
Because they
fun
couldn't tell.
game.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
And I have it on my laptop. The last TV show I downloaded, and I downloaded this recently, and it's a TV show that is on and running still. That's the only hint. What is the last TV show I downloaded? Going around starting a Utah.
It's on right now.
It's an ongoing show. I downloaded an episode. It might be on break in between seasons or something, but it's ongoing. Nope, that's all you get.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Doctor Who.
Okay.
Survivor?
Nashville.
Nashville.
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
I don't watch it. I downloaded it for my wife, and she loves
Okay.
it. And it's a soap opera about hillbillies, and I don't understand it, but when she's watching it, I hear a lot of people going like, Rena Jane, is that true? And then I'm like, y'all watching your stories, darling?
A moving picture.
But yeah, I downloaded the latest episode of
Pictures.
Nashville for my wife before I left. And
You're
I'm
a
like,
good husband.
why do I have Nashville on my computer?
Oh.
So
This is
yeah.
why me and Jamie have separate computers.
Yeah, this way we have separate computers. Oh, I don't know. It's not a good show for me, but every so often I catch 10 minutes of it, and then I'm like, oh man, I could just go for a good Doctor Who right now.
Have any of you watched any episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah.
Oh, oddly enough, I watched one episode.
Yeah.
Never.
Never?
I've seen a couple.
A couple.
A couple.
I've seen one.
I have seen one as well, and it's like watching Honey Boo Boo. It's hard. It's hard to watch. It
they
like makes
didn't
me
do
physically
anything.
uncomfortable.
They didn't do anything. And I just watched them, and they were going around, and they were like, they had to get their hair cut and go to the mall. And I'm like, oh my God, my life is more entertaining than these people.
It's brain off shit.
But shows like that
Right.
are kind of like a testament to how ridiculously talented the people that make TV are. Because if you think about like the premise of you're watching them do fuck all, and then they have to bring all of this footage to somebody, to an editor that's like, make this into a television show. And it's like,
It's the Truman
Oh,
Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Truman Show.
I had a friend who he went and did a mission in Albania just before the Kardashians got popular.
A mission.
Yeah, he's a Mormon.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like,
No, like a
Spec
spy.
Ops or something.
No.
Which Albania to
it's
assassinate.
weird. I assumed Mormon right away too.
I didn't.
No, so he went to Albania for a mission and before they were famous, and then he came back after they were famous, and he had to have someone explain to him who they were, and he's like, "So, Kardashians, what do they do?" And his friend's like, "They're Kardashians," and he's like, "But what do they do?" And he said, "They're Kardashians."
Oh, they just
I-
waste time.
You know, they Kardash.
One of their dads was a lawyer that got OJ off, and the other, one of their dad moms, won a gold
I
medal.
thought the Kardashians were the ones that terrorized the Bajorans.
Well, yeah, in the neutral zone, I mean,
In the
there wasn't really any criminal law or anything.
Yeah, I know,
so-
right? But
and a lot of the Ferengi were actually behind that.
yeah.
So.
Although I will always argue on behalf of the Kardashians that if like I feel like saying the Kardashians do nothing is like a basic bitch. I've only ever heard of them through the TV show opinion because they do a lot. They
Yeah,
all
they went
do
to
a
the
lot
mall
of stuff.
and they got their hair
They're
cut.
like fashion designers. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
all
have,
making
like,
a
makeup-
lot of money
yeah,
doing a
makeup
lot of
lines.
different things.
It's strange. I don't know. I only saw one episode and I was like, I'm never going to watch it again because I feel like somebody should, earn it. Like, Tom, how long have you spent learning how to play music?
Lots of time.
Yeah, like
that being
hours.
said, though, like, yeah, the biggest piece of the pie goes to the Kardashians, but how talented must that fucking editor be?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, the
he's
thing
making
is,
a lot.
Like,
I guarantee you're saying editor. There's editors. I guarantee.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, okay, but here's my question. So, the idea of, in my mind, trash TV, McDonald's TV, like,
Yeah.
I'm not here trying to eat a gourmet burger. I just want
Something
to feel
stupid.
sad and or pathetic, and I want to eat salt and grease. What's your media that does that for you? If it's not a TV show, and if it is a TV show, what kind of TV show is that for you? What's your McDonald's
Here's the
media?
these are almost exclusively what I'm watching right now are anime and documentaries. So I watch a lot of I highly recommend One Punch Man. It is incredible.
Oh yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
enough of it.
I know it bothers me, but I've been reading. The
I've been
manga
watching
online.
Robotech for that very reason.
Robotech is good. I've been watching. I just got into Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero and stuff. Been going through that series. I really enjoy that. I know it's weird, but I've been tearing it up. Tiger and Bunny on Netflix is a really funny one. And then just a ton of documentaries. There's one, The Origins of Fasting, about intermittent fasting and like the health benefits of it and its origins in religion and how
That
it's
sounds
used to
about
treat
right
things.
for Nick.
Yeah, so it's like incredible health stuff and then like people punching the moon out of orbit. So that's sort of what I go for.
What about you, Mark? What's your McDonald's media?
This is not a popular opinion among comedians, but I fucking love Family Guy. Like if I just want to watch something that's garbage,
And just like only laugh twice per episode, max.
I'll just,
That is
Sure.
that is a
That's
hot
the
take.
appropriate reaction. So, how many Scoville do you rate Family Guy?
I don't know if a Scoville is a good or a bad thing.
Yep.
Is it hot fire, or does it just like burn your insides?
Is it Waka
I
Flocka
don't know.
Flames, or is it Arby's Orsi sauce?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's it's garbage that I enjoy. It's
Yeah.
like if I were a raccoon eating out of the garbage, Family Guy is my dumpster.
Aren't
See-
you in a video game where you were literally eating garbage?
It's true. It's true. But I think that totally fits the bill though, because like you understand that it's garbage, but you like consuming it in spite of that,
Yeah.
right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think mine is probably My Strange Addiction. I love watching My Strange Addiction.
got
The
some
cornstarch
weird
episode
stuff.
really fucked me up. That ruined my life. I was like, that's real?
See, for me, the weird thing is, and I know some people have a hard time believing this, I have too much empathy to watch stuff like that.
I don't.
Because I see somebody do that, and I'm like, you're ruining yourself.
Yeah, that and My 600-Pound Life. Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
I love both of those. Those are like anti-Nick.
I
like,
love watching that show as a fat man, just being like, I'm not that fat. What a fat piece of...
Whoa, whoa, I'm only halfway there. Shit like that. I get it. I get it. I can dig it.
My favorite episode of My Strange Addiction is there's one where there's this lady who's addicted to cheesy potatoes, and she calls them that. It's so good.
Isn't there one where somebody eats like the
Like the
air
foam in
freshener
the,
things?
Oh no, yeah, I don't know.
Either
Maybe.
they suck on them or something.
The Febreze pods or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ew.
And yeah, when I saw
Well,
somebody do
it's
that, I was
pica.
like, oh.
So
I made a YouTube video recently where I called, I think it was Febreze. No, it was Glad, because I had their wax melts, and I called them and said, it says on here to keep away from dogs and small children. Can I eat it? I'm a grown adult and I'm very healthy. And they were like, I don't think so. And like they had to put me through to their medical staff.
They have a medical staff on hand.
Yeah.
of course
There's
they
a
do.
person who like went
Yeah.
to medical school whose full-time job is like, don't eat that.
So Jamie
Stop.
Jamie told me an interesting fact yesterday. In America in 2017, 6 people died from eating Tide Pods. Adults.
Adults.
No
Yeah.
children.
I mean, they look
6
appetizing.
adults. They do? What? Explain that right now.
They're
Explain how they look like
colorful.
food.
They look like food a little
They
bit.
look
They
like
look like
candy.
a candy you might eat.
For me, they look like a drink mix that you just put into your drink or something.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just so squishy and they're fun and yeah.
No
pop it in
other
your mouth.
They're
food
very
is like that.
They're very bright and colorful and squishy, designed
like a
to look
marshmallow.
like neon worms or like
And,
candy.
And
so
here's
not
the thing
food.
that fucks me up the most about that is, wouldn't it taste bad? Wouldn't you spit it out?
Yeah. Why would you ingest it? Why
Oh,
would you
I
follow
don't-
through?
I
Like
don't know
once
if
you
you've
realize
seen-
what
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah,
wouldn't you
like-
be like, oh, that's not.
I mean, we just saw Mark eat spicy seafood, so he took his time with it. But if you watch Mark eat, I don't know if he tastes. He eats like a duck. Like it just hits it might hit the back of the mouth when on its way down, but it's like watching a well-seasoned NBA player just when it goes through, and you're like, did that even touch the net? That's how Mark eats. Okay, he's just like.
I got it. Are we still doing phrasing? Like, is that still a thing?
That's still a thing.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, like, if you skipped all the parts about eating in that entire thing that you just did, that would be pretty like phrasing.
Yeah.
Worthy right there.
But I think also kids and stuff will just eat something, and if it like they're like, they'll just power it
But
down.
like pica is a real thing that people have, and that they eat things that aren't food.
No, it's a fucking Pokemon. It's not real.
Pica?
That's what it's called. When you eat things that aren't food, it's pica.
It's when you eat ice or you eat like nickels or rocks or shit. People with digestive disorders sometimes get it because, especially iron deficiency. A lot of people with iron deficiency get it, and they just start chewing on stuff. It's a compulsion just to put stuff in your mouth and chew on it.
Why don't I know this? I watch so much My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
I read research things. That's how I know.
Okay.
But it's like it's so weird to know that the body reacts that way. It's like you're deficient in something, so you're like, I'm just gonna start chewing on stuff and like biting at things.
This nickel might have it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense as like an evolutionary thing. Like we didn't have nickels and plastic when
Yeah.
we were developing those
Yeah.
things. So
Well, it's like, how many times have you been like, man, I just really want to eat some chips or like some this or that or whatever, and it's like, it's because your body's like, I need sodium or I need the, right?
Carbohydrates or this, but also that's something, and this is weird because this should totally be on the other show, Strength at Length, but we're going into it, where people have designed food to hack that signal, because normally you get a satiation or something. Like when you're craving something sweet, usually that means you're deficient in a vitamin, because lots of fruits and veggies and everything, they hit on the sweet spot of your palate, so you eat them, and then because you've absorbed the vitamin, the satiation goes away. So you'd eat like 2 bananas and then you'd be like, okay, I'm good. But now you get that same signal and your body sends it to you. So you go and you eat like 4 chocolate bars and then your body's like, no. So it makes the signle stronger. So you're like, I guess I'll eat more chocolate bars.
So you're saying the Illuminati is real and we're all mind controlled 100%.
No, I'm saying that more money goes into designing your food and marketing your food than making it nutritional.
So the Illuminati.
I don't think anybody I
No
don't
one
think
would
anybody
disagree
would
with
doubt
you.
that.
Yeah. But it's
Like,
so
what?
weird.
Companies want to make money before anything
Yeah.
else?
But it's so weird that like they basically have hijacked the signals that your body sends. So
Yeah.
and now like because I mean back 30 years ago, like there was like lots of hungry people on the planet dying, and now we have too much food. But it's such shitty quality food that people are just they're being overfed and undernourished, and it's like at no point in the world has that ever happened.
do we still have hungry people? They around
Oh, yeah.
30 years later?
Oh, yeah, there's still tons of them. They're just nowhere near where the food is.
Like
Oh, there's your problem.
Move closer to the food.
in the 80s, people would go and knock on the door of the UNICEF people, and they would have their little jars of pennies, and you'd send them pennies so they could feed families in Africa. Now they don't do that anymore. It's like, I don't know if they just don't care anymore or they got the food, but like,
I wonder if it's that they might have like. I should research this, whether or not they're changing the system of like how they find and fund and distribute.
yeah.
Maybe.
I think maybe they were going to the bad neighborhoods and they got robbed too many times.
Well, there's me and Jamie just watched a documentary of I think it was Angora is a country,
We're talking docs.
which
Sweet.
we are, which basically it's like the top 1% of that country lives like the top 1% in America, and everybody else is like dying. Like everybody else is like literally dying.
Oh, so like they're billionaires there.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, like they
Is
control
just corrupt.
99% of the wealth.
yeah,
And then everyone else
more
is
like
nothing.
99 point, like as much as close as you can get to 100 without being 100, and everybody else is like, oh yeah, I had a baby and it died, like just totally fucked. Like
So
in the
fourth term
documentary, there was a lady who like they had a dentist look at her mouth who was like, oh yeah, if I'd have seen her mouth like 6 months ago, I would have been able to fix this easy. Now, like 6 months later, basically she rinses her mouth out with gas to numb the pain.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
these people are so far below the breadline that it's just fucked.
Wow.
And I watched it, and I was watching it with Jamie, and we got to the end, and I was like, oh yeah, so like America wishes it was.
So it's kind of sad, but is that capitalism? Like, what is that?
It is.
Okay, because like I have an example. If my neighbor bought a BMW, I wouldn't just want to buy a BMW to keep up. I'd rather smash his. Like, what is that? Is that free market? Am I a free market?
I think that's pretty Ayn Randian.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Is that how you pronounce her first name? Is it Anne or is it Ein?
Ayn.
I've always heard it Ain.
I don't like Ayn
Ayn
because
Rand.
it sounds like it's supposed to be anal, but she's like, oh, I don't want anybody
She
to
died
know.
in public housing. I think that's funny.
Oh yeah, it is. It really, really is. Oh god, she looks like such a bag lady. Like, I
I love how like this is a person who died a long time ago, and here we are talking shit.
here's the deal is like, I'm sure, like for example,
Mother Teresa looked like a friggin' bag lady.
oh, Mother Teresa
Is she
is such
dead?
a piece of shit.
A little
Whoa,
She's
bit.
hey.
as much
Not
of a
even
piece of shit as
little
Ayn
bit.
Rand, yeah.
She's
Whoa,
such a
half
piece
a
of
million
shit.
Scoville hot
Dude,
take here.
at her acceptance speech when she won the Nobel Peace Prize, she said that condoms equal abortion,
Yeah,
No,
like
condoms
Yeah.
stop abortion.
which is not made.
Before you.
Which is not a good thing.
no, but
to tell
every
people.
sperm is sacred, man.
Yeah, I saw Monty Python's Hilarious.
Yeah.
So basically, like, which is a fine message over here, but when you're telling that to like countries that have like uncontrollable populations and uncontrollable disease and be like, yeah, birth care is the devil.
Yeah, but
Birth care.
suffering is the closest you can
control.
get to God on earth.
Why?
Like,
Because Catholicism.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just have to be guilty.
I don't. So it's like she gets a bad rap for being a piece of shit lately, but she's no worse than the Catholic religion as a whole. Like
Yeah.
she epitomizes it, and that's
Okay.
the problem.
And
Fair
like,
enough.
didn't she just go in the mountain and like play with monkeys for a couple years or something? Or
That's
is that-
Jane Goodall.
Oh, whatever.
It's a very different person.
'Cause
Very
I thought
close.
She's the good one, right?
Very close.
We don't know if
Oh.
Jane Goodall's good. We can't talk to those monkeys.
Mark, how long would you be in like the jungle with monkeys, living with them before you tried to fuck one?
You have to play Mark After Dark to find out.
That's the
Did
sequel.
you just spit coffee out your nose?
No, I didn't. Thankfully, I almost did a spit take there. That would've been sweet. Okay. I had this friend.
Oh,
when
this is gonna be good.
when I was living in Quebec, and he was talking to another friend of mine, and the other friend was saying how long he'd gone without sex, and it was like a couple of years, and the other friend was just like, Jesus, I would have raped somebody by then. I was like, you can't say that. Like,
I
Well,
don't-
you can, no. There's a lot of things that aren't.
No, you have
good
to go
about
at least
that.
5 years before you can do that, right? Isn't that the,
That's
like,
the
That's the
law.
statute of
Well, in
limitations.
Quebec, it is. It's a very romantic culture.
it's very different in Saskatchewan.
Oh. Oh man.
For comedy, and I just started a show here, or I'm starting a show here.
Yeah.
at the
I
end
Oh,
of
really?
This month. Yeah.
I heard about
want
this.
you
I
on
actually
the
had
show.
a meeting
Okay, thank you.
with the person.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was a little bit funny how that happened because I had been talking to the Old Town Pub in October and November.
move the stand.
But yeah, the
Yeah, I'd been talking to the pub earlier last year to ask them if they wanted to do a show, and they said that they wanted to, but they didn't have the budget for it, and to talk to them in January. And
Yeah.
so January rolled around, and the 1st and 2nd of the month they were closed, and so I was planning to talk to them on the 3rd, but then on the 2nd, the person who posted that post on the Facebook page was just like, does anybody want to run a show at the Old Town Pub? And everyone's like, I do.
yeah.
So I had to talk to her and be like, I had dibs.
Well, I just had a meeting with her, and I explained who shouldn't run the show, basically, and
Give
then
us a list.
explained.
Give us a list. Tell us who.
I knew you liked a lot of people,
Okay,
but and then I went down like a list of like headliners and hosts
We'll bleep
and
that
how
out.
much like a budget for
I
the
saw
show
that
would
list,
cost.
and that I don't appreciate you putting my name on that list.
Sorry about that, but yeah, go crazy. I recommended a whole bunch, and then they were like, "Can you headline this day?" And I'm like, "You don't even have a show yet." So I was like, they asked how to build an audience, and I talked to them about that. And then they asked me if I wanted to run it, and I'm like, "Do I want to run a Tuesday show?"
You have
I
a Tuesday
already
show.
have a Tuesday. I can't. I'm sorry. And then they asked who they would recommend or who I'd recommend, and I said, "Well, what do you have for names?" And they went over some, and I pointed at a couple, and ta-da!
Cool.
Yeah.
But when is the first show?
The 23rd of this month.
The 23rd of January.
Yeah, it's all
so
booked already, and
yeah,
I'm
this-
very excited.
Episode should be out. Hold on, just checking the calendar here. Yeah, this will be out right before that. So perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. And what time are you starting?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock show. And the Old Town. It used to be the Elephant Castle in White Ave.
Yeah, so it's on the corner of White and Gateway.
Okay, sweet.
It's right by the Wee Book Inn.
Yeah, it's right by the bookstore that's open late.
Every
That is, like,
time
packed.
my dad comes to town, he has to go to the Wee Book Inn.
Why?
Because he
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 loves
never
cats?
he never finds anything he's looking for. But he's just one of those crazy old men that just spends his whole day reading fantasy novels and listening to Norwegian power metal. It's
Mark,
weird.
Mark, you want to do another shot of hot sauce?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're okay. You're recovered at least.
I'm recovered. I'm not gonna die.
You're
I'm
not
glad
gonna
I
die?
got here late.
You like some hot sauce?
Yeah, we were chowing down on some hot sauce. How are we doing for time?
We're at just over an hour.
Mm.
I was just going to say about the Wee Book Inn. I know a lot of people that like to go there a lot because there's a chance that Nathan Fillion might be there if he's in
Oh, does he
town.
go there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really?
He's from here.
Yeah.
Like I know where. Like you can go on like in the phone book and find his parents' address.
Yeah, I know. I did that once. I felt like triumphant and creepy at the same time.
It's like that's where he grew up. Wait,
I-
no, I shouldn't know that.
And
I don't know him.
Well, I got a selfie with him, I think, 4 years ago at the comic festival.
Cool.
So yeah, he's a very handsome man. Smells great. Smells
You would
really
He
think
looks
that
like he
about
would
him.
smell
What is
great.
it? What is it? Okay, wait. What does he smell like? Like Old Spice or
cloves.
fuck yeah?
Smells like cloves.
Just like I
not like
imagined.
the
honestly.
cigarettes, like a bag of cloves.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I guess just kind of in the episode. Mark, your social media.
You can find me at Mark Robert McHugh on Twitter, Mark McHugh12 on Instagram.
Okay. Social media?
You can find me on Elisia_Snyder on Instagram, and don't follow me on any other social
How is
media.
this? How is the spelling on
It's
that?
ELISIA and then _SNYDER.
Yeah, because that was always a hard one for me.
Yeah, I've been thinking about changing the spelling or changing my name for that.
Did you talk to your parents about that? And you were like, why?
They are Roman Catholics. Speaking of crazy Roman Catholics, and they found it they decided that they liked Elijah, but then I came out with boobies. So
Oh wow!
so
Wow,
they were
most
like,
people
Nobody
gotta
can-
like go through puberty to get
Yeah,
there.
Nobody
You just
comes
came
out with
ripe.
boobies.
well
You didn't-
developed.
You should see baby pictures of me. It's
I don't think I want to. This is getting into.
Okay. And Tom, how can the fans find you?
You can text me at 780-862-1124.
Thank you very. Okay, guys, music is done by Ben Sounds. Go check out the Facebook page for all of our live podcasts and giveaways. Follow us on Twitter to get the fastest updates. And please give us some stars on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening to this. We had an amazing time making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it half as much as we do. Keep on listening to podcasts in the free world. Good night or morning. Uh-oh.
That's a normal thing.